thing we do is we smile for our moms,
Okay.
because that's what they want to see, a smile. 1, 2, 3. And then we roll, baby. You ready for this?
Yep.
There's no rules.
Okay.
We just knock it out.
Cool.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Intermissions out here at Chiawana High School. Got a special guest today. Tell me who you are, Coach.
Aaron Cantu,
And what do you coach?
Chiawana softball.
And what year is this for you?
This is year 1, man.
As the head coach, right?
Yes,
Come on
sir.
now.
Year 1.
But we have a lot to get to, because before we get into the softball realm, I want to talk about your own baseball journey. Because I know you had a lot of success on a diamond your whole life. Talk about your love for baseball and just some experiences and stories you have.
Yeah, man. Played it my whole life, since a ball could fit in my hand, pretty much. Mom put it in my hand and Dad drove me everywhere. So a lot of time spent on the diamond, on and off, right? Putting time in the cages, throwing. Anytime I could pick up a glove, I would do it. Vacations, we're picking it up and we're going, right? Played it all the way through. Hit middle school, played at McLaughlin. Played on a little club ball here and there, and then made the jump to high school. Was a 4-year letter there at Pasco High, and then got the opportunity to play some summer ball, right, with some really good talent. I did a lot of summer ball with a lot of Kennewick kids, right? You got the Jackson brothers and the Paul O'Neills, the Mendenhalls, right? A ton of good athletes that I got to be a part of, and just got the chance to share a diamond with those guys and seeing how they prepare for the game and do all that. And yeah, man, and then made the jump. Tried to play college ball, but unfortunately my senior year I tore my shoulder completely. So I'll give you about 2-3 good throws if you want to play on a church league softball team or something, but
Come on.
that's about it, man. That's all you're gonna get out of me. And never really made the full recovery. It was something that I dealt with personally for a long time. It was like, God, why? Type of thing. I gave my life to this game, and that's where God said, well, that's the problem, right? So God kind of redirected my path. I became a police officer, went to school for that, and I got to serve Sunnyside for a little bit. And that's where I really learned to put others above myself and kind of looking into the interests of others, kind of like it says in Philippians, right? And so I try to bring that same mindset now as a head coach here, and trying to instill into these young women like, hey guys, the game is not always about you. It's about those that you get to play alongside. It's about those that are cheering for you in the stands. What can you do for somebody else? Right? And I think if we can take that mindset, just like Christ did, right? If we can take that same mindset, I think you'll see a lot more success, not only on the diamond, but in life as well. So, yeah, man, that's my journey a little bit. It's not a complicated one, but it's one that I'm grateful for, and I'm glad that I've taken the journey that I have. So,
Dude, you just nailed your story in like 60 seconds. That was sharp, man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate your vulnerability. I appreciate your love for Jesus. I love how it's leaked into everything that you do. I love how it's even leaked into your business, which we'll get to here shortly too. But let's back up a little bit even more. At the very beginning of your journey of just playing the game of baseball, man, where was your favorite spot to play out here?
Oh, shortstop.
Come on, man. Tell them why.
Hands down, man. You're it. You're the show, right?
Yeah.
You're the Derek Jeter of the team, right?
Yeah.
That's my guy, and I wanted to be him. I emulated him. We did the jump man throw. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pretending to dive into the stands.
Yep.
Right? Making the flip against the Oakland Athletics,
Yep.
coming across the first base line. And
Yep.
so that's who I wanted to be, and that's who I strived. Didn't always get to play short.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's fair.
Next favorite position probably would have just been center field.
Yep.
To be honest with you, speed was utilized. Coaches tried to exploit that out of me, and so I was always known to be a speedster.
Okay.
So
that's awesome, dude. All right, and then now let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned it, your journey into law enforcement. And you even said it, the lesson you learned was putting others before yourself, right? What was that like? What did you, what's something that you still lead by that you learned from your law enforcement days?
Yeah, man, it's in law enforcement you come across all walks of life, right? Just like you would playing baseball with your buddies. Ain't no one have the same path that you do. Especially when you're in law enforcement, you see the worst of the worst and the best of the best, unfortunately. And sometimes you see the lowest of low. And it's not necessarily that they're the worst, they're just at a low point in life. And so your heart goes out, your heart breaks, and it's like, what can I do? And there's always bad apples in the bunch, but I think for most part, and I know, I shouldn't say I think, I know for the most part, anybody that wears the shield or stands on that blue line, they understand the calling. They understand that, hey, I'm gonna run into people that don't deserve the speeding ticket today.
Mm-hmm.
They are suffering, and I get a chance to make an impact. And how can I make that impact? Hey, it's just a warning today. I hope you can correct this mistake that you made. I'm giving you a chance, just like people have given me chances, right? Christ talks about it all the time. No one should be judged just off of just one mistake. I think everybody gets that second chance.
Come on.
And as somebody that was able to wear that shield, you're able to offer that second chance. And at the same time, you wearing the shield, you're put into positions where you get to intervene, and you get to shield others from danger, and you get to shield others from what could be a worse situation. One of the things that really gets me was I had an incident where, being one of the only Spanish speakers in the department, I had to deliver a lot of bad news.
Yeah.
And so we had an incident where a child was ejected from the windshield and died at the scene due to a DUI car crash. And I had to give that death notice. And that's not a notice you want to make, but how do you take advantage of a situation like that to still try to bring glory?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so my prayer every night was, God, put me in a position to glorify you.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And so in that instance, I was able to share Christ.
Yeah.
With the family that didn't believe. And that incident brought them closer. They got involved in church, and it was just incidents like that where I said, you know what, God, thank you.
Yeah.
I understand that not everybody wants to be put in a situation like that, but thank you for using me.
Yeah, man.
And so that's why I'm here. Any way I can, I've learned God used me.
Come on, dude.
So
Dude, that's so powerful. Thank you for your service. And I want to shout out all the police officers out there, all the law enforcement, all those people who are just sacrificing for us. I always say before bed with my daughters, Jesus help the helpers while we're sleeping.
Yep.
Because you know what the grind's like, right? When everyone's sleeping, there's people grinding out there.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? So helpers, thank you. So that's a Fed Rogers. Mr. Rogers is a hero of mine. That's one of his quotes. Okay, let's go back to another piece of your story that, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe kind of connected to now your business, which is, you want to tell them about your business, Ground Support Coffee, and how the name came about and the mission behind it and how it kind of connects.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So being on night shifts, like you said, pulling those 12-hour shifts at night, you tend to get addicted to a substance called caffeine. And so I got addicted to it, but it was a different type of addiction. It was something where, it started with energy drinks and Dutch Brothers, right? Because that's the only thing open. Gas station and Dutch Bros. And so shout out to Dutch Bros, man. Thank you for fueling my addiction. But and it started with that, and it slowly turned into, man, like, there's lines out here. Why is there so many lines, right? And so it's something that a lot of people have in common is whether you drink a Red Bull or you drink coffee, it's all caffeine. And it brings people together. And so for me, I started thinking, man, I think one day when I pull out of this career, I'm gonna start my own little cafe, coffee shop type thing. Well, that came a lot sooner than anticipated for personal reasons. I got out and pursued this new journey that I felt God was placing in my life a little bit. And teaming up with my family, my four brothers and my parents at the time, and my uncle Eli.
Yeah.
Shout out Eli, he's helped us a lot, and we threw around a lot of names that we felt were just more brand worthy, like what's catchy. And so I went to bed one night and I said, God, I need a name that's gonna stick. I need a name that's more than just it screams coffee, right? I need something that maybe screams a little bit of hope, maybe starts a conversation, something like that. And so if you ever, watch military movies or anything like that, the most common term you hear is ground support.
Yep.
Send ground support. We need help.
Dude,
calling ground support.
That's good.
And so it's a double whammy. Ground support, coffee grounds. You need help. Well, we have the caffeine to help you, right? Yeah. But at the same time, we try to give back a portion of our profits back into the community any way we can, right? Whether it's backpack drive for kids. I'm a part of the Pasco Police Foundation Board, so we started the field day here at Chiawana High.
That's awesome.
So ground support gives back to that to make sure that happens. So little things like that, where we can plug ourselves into the community that way, that's what we want. So when when you need caffeine, we want you to call ground support. But when you need help, whether it's, hey, this family needs shoes, this family needs food, you know, this event over here, we're fundraising for Alzheimer's or whatever it is, call ground support.
Come on.
We want to help.
Yeah,
we want to be there. And kind of, you know, we grew up in church, Troy.
Yeah.
And so mom, you know, I slept under a pew. Mom was day in and day out. And so I saw firsthand what it was to die to yourself and serve other people.
Jeez, man.
And so that's just the upbringing that me and my brothers had, and we just tried to live that out every day.
Man,
And
you're
now
inspiring, dude.
So now we do that through coffee, man.
Let's go. Let's go. I love that, dude. That's so cool. All right, Ground Support Coffee. You can find them in almost every city now.
Getting
Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. Almost opening.
Almost open.
When's the grand opening?
We're shooting for late May.
Late May.
That's the goal.
Got it. Great.
God
Late
willing.
May. Come on now. Great location too. All right. Let's go back to what you're wearing right now. The softball swag, which looks good, by the way, dude. I like it.
Appreciate it.
Can you talk about year one? I know I kind of want to talk about two kind of lanes of softball. You have your slow pitch journey and you have now your fast pitch journey.
Right.
But can you talk a little bit about just what made you kind of put your name in the hat first and foremost to take over this position here at Chiawana Fast Pitch?
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So I have a very athletic brother who goes by the name of Landon. And when I went down with my shoulder injury, I kind of started living my dream through him a little bit. And kind of seeing him succeed brought a sense of joy to my life, right? Seeing other people succeed not because of you, but because you had something to do with it.
For sure.
And so I kind of, football, basketball, baseball, it was, you know, my role with Landon was more, you know, preparing him, you know, mindset-wise, you know, getting him in the right mindset. I didn't know everything, but one thing I did know is what mindset you have to be in to succeed. And so kind of coaching him growing up and helping him overcome his challenges that he's faced, it stirred up something different inside of me that I didn't know I had. And shout out to BT and Eli. They reached out to me and said, hey, we need help at the slow pitch program. We think you'd be a good fit, and you know, come help us out. And so I volunteered, and that volunteer position turned into a JV position. Getting to experience life with those girls, right, on the diamond, and getting to speak life into them and seeing how they've improved from year one to now. And, you know, a lot of the freshmen that I had are seniors this year. And it's just like, man, it's all full circle. I get to see that they're succeeding not only on the diamond, but off of it. And it brings joy. And it's a different type of joy that is just unexplainable. And then the position opens for slow pitch head coach, and BT was like, hey, you got to put in. Like, I'm going to put a word in for you. You got to do it. You're the perfect man. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. That's a whole different beast, being the head coach. And, you know, I'd be lying to you if I told you I had aspirations for that. I didn't. I'm more of, God, what do you want? I'll do it. So I went home, talked to my wife, and, you know, went into prayer, and God said, hey, man, I'm putting you there now.
Come on.
I'm not going to promise you how many years, but you're there now for this particular season, and I need you to do it. And so I put my head in the ring, and, you know, got the call, and I'm here now. And then that same year that I got asked to volunteer for slow pitch, the following season, because Year actually came up to me and said, hey, I think you'd be a pretty good fit for the fast pitch program. You should go to apply for the C team position. So I said, hey, you know, absolutely. If you think I'm a fit, I'll do it. And you know, I'm already around these girls, so why not?
For sure.
Right? Double whammy. So I applied, got it, and started, you know, doing life with the fast pitch program. And one thing led to another. Been doing it for now 5 years, and you know, we're coming up on the end of this 5th year as, you know, now the head coach for both programs. And it, you know, I can't tell you that this was my dream. My dream was always to just serve others. And so I think God has placed me strategically in a position where, you know, I don't know everything, but I serve the one that does. And so I live my life as God would want me to, and that's how I treat coaching. You know, I try to speak life into the girls and prepare them for life outside of softball, right? Because as I know, baseball ain't going to be around forever, and softball for some of these girls won't be around forever either.
100%.
And so preparing them to have the right mindset to shift into that and prepare them for life is just something that I feel God has called me for in this particular season of my life. And being able to speak life into other people and preparing them to succeed on and off the diamond. So
that's so good. If people take away one sentence from this entire interview, I don't know everything, but I serve the one who does. Just sit on that for a second. That's powerful right there. It's life-changing, right? All right, so I know you've kind of sprinkled it in throughout all this. This has been incredible. Man, your heart is special. So thank you for doing this. Can you share, if there's just one thing you want a Chiawana Riverhawk, fast pitch, slow pitch, young lady to learn from her freshman year to her senior year, what's that one thing that you hope she takes away from this program now that you're kind of building that culture?
Yeah, I think we can safely assume and say, Troy, that you and I have love for the game. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of the players that have the opportunity to grace Chiawana baseball or Chiawana softball is that they love the game as well. And if it's one thing I know, is that love is not a feeling, it's an action. And so love is patient, so you need to be patient, right? Your time will come where you get to hoist your trophy, whatever that trophy may look like, right? Whether it's hitting a game-winning hit, whether it's going for 4 for 4 at the plate, whether it's going 0 for 4 and still being a good teammate, right? Love is patient. Love is kind, right? You're gonna have opportunities in this game where you're not doing your best or you are doing your best, and you get to be kind to somebody else that may not have the same success as you. Love is not self-seeking, right? This game is not about you. This life is not about you. And so if you truly love the game, I think it's important to know that you have to show it. And that's what I try to instill in these girls, because it's going to go, your love for the game will go farther beyond the diamond if you understand what love truly is, right? And so if Christ can do the ultimate sacrifice, I think we as humans should be able to demonstrate what love is, right? And so love is kind, love is patient, love is not self-seeking, it doesn't boast, right? You're not rubbing it in other people's faces. And it's just something that you have to live out daily. And you have to die to yourself, and you have to be able to say, hey, you matter more than I do. And so if there's anything that I can try to teach these girls is love the game. Love it that way.
Come on, dude. So good. All right, so one of the questions I always like to ask on here, when I have a coach on the bucket at least, sometimes coaching can be challenging because of the parent demographic of our athletes. What's some advice that you would love to share with parents in general of young athletes and how best they can support their young athlete and also coaches in your position?
Yeah, I think the best thing they can do is be that mom and be that dad, right? The last thing and speaking from experience, right, being a player of the game, the last thing I would want from my parents is to get into a car after a bad game and coach mode is still activated, right? And still telling me what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong, right? I don't need to hear it for a third and fourth time.
The car ride home, man.
Yeah, the car ride home, right? And thank God my parents were never like that. My parents were very, hey, it's all right. What do you want to work on? I know what you need to work on. You want me to help you? Aaron, don't worry about it. Head up, man. You have another game. Hey, Aaron, this is what I think you did well on, right? And it's just be uplifting, right? Love your child. And I think that's going to be the biggest piece to help any head coach out there. If you're a parent, if you truly want to help the head coach that's trying to speak life into your child, is you do the same thing, but from a parent standpoint, right? As a coach, I can't be their parent, but I'm a coach. You can be their coach, but it's not recommended, right? Because now, if a child is having a poor experience with their coach, they're not going to have poor experience with their next head coach, which is their parents.
100%.
And so if anything, be that mom, be that dad, love on your child.
Come on.
Because that's what they're going to need, especially after a bad game. Maybe they had a good game and the team still lost. If your child is ultra competitive, that's still going to hurt them. And so just love on them. Don't point fingers. Don't blame. Look this way first before you look that way.
Yep.
And so just love on them. That's the biggest piece of advice I think I can give to a parent.
Yeah, it's very important. I needed to hear that too, right? Because I'm entering that with my own daughter. Right?
I'm in the same boat with you.
I get in that car, I'm like, Vale, come on, girl. All right, last question, man. So I am here today because I had a lot of guides in my life that taught me things, that put me in front of the right people, challenged me. Most importantly, I had a dad in my life who introduced me to Jesus at a young age that changed my whole story. Who's a guide in your story that you love to shout out that has impacted you, that has helped you get to where you are?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm a big time mama's boy.
Come on.
And so shout out mom. You know, she's through thick and thin, man. I had a very difficult college life. I am somebody that's a big time homebody, right? And so you hand me a gaming controller and I'll spend 12 hours on it rather than spending it out there. And so I was with my thoughts and emotions a lot and being alone, right? Not somebody that's very social and not very outward seeking. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs with the college career, whether you're playing sports or not. And for me, when I hit rock bottom and I was calling home saying, hey, pull me out, you know, find me a job, I'm done doing this. Mom was there, and mom was there, and she was the one that said no. You know, and that was her way of loving me, was you're not going to give up.
Yeah.
Right. You're and it wasn't from a point of I'm putting all this money for you to, you know, to just quit. No, it was you're better than this.
Yeah.
You're going to rise above it. You need to stop just seeking into your own heart and start seeking the one that is actually going to help you get through this.
Come on.
Right. And so mom spoke a lot of life into my brothers and I, and so shout out mom, man. She's the one she's a pillar, right, in my faith. She's a pillar in who I am today. And, you know, from afar, you know, dad put a lot of time away from the family, and he was a living example of what I'm trying to chase, right? He is somebody that was a provider first and foremost. He always put us before him, right? Dad could easily have said, hey, you guys are 18, you're on your own, right? To this day, you know, I'm 33, and dad to this day, hey, you need anything? What do you need? Where can I help? What does ground support need? You know, do you need to bounce ideas off? Dad has been a living example of the man of God that I want to be, right? He is somebody that he'll call me and he'll be like, hey, you doing all right? You know, where are you mentally? You know, he's somebody that's checked in, and mom has just always been by our side, making sure that when we do fall, she lets us fall. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to help you get up because this is how you get up. Yeah. Right? You know? So shout out to both of them. Yeah. It's, I'm a mama's boy, man. So
hey, that's awesome, dude. Well, hey, I don't know if the camera picked it up, but as you were sharing that awesome shout out to your parents, all your girls were shouting you out. So that's a testament to who you are as a coach. They obviously love you because of the love you show them. So that was a cool little moment. But I want to say this to you, man. I want to say thank you for doing this as always. But more importantly, I thank you for the man that you are. I love coaches like you who get it because as you know, not all coaches, in my opinion, get it. And I am not perfect as a coach. I've had plenty of moments I wish I could have back, but you are a man that is worth following. I love your heart to serve others, and you see it through your journey. Just that 60-second story you shared is very impactful. So keep being who you are, man. Keep leading the way you are. I'm always going to have your back. But thank you for the impact that you're having in this community and in the stories that are going to impact beyond this community. So appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, man. Cool. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Likewise.
Killed it, dude.